Hi, welcome to the True Mind Tarot channel. My name is Juhi. I hope you are doing well. Today is the 5th of July and I'll be doing the weekly energy update for July 6th until, July 12th. And how are you feeling? Isn't this energy insane? For me it is. It just feels so vibrant and I'm feeling excited without reason. Or, why not just feel excited because I feel excited? Do we always need a reason? So, we have a full moon in Capricorn and it's also a partial eclipse. So, pretty intense energies. Everything that may be alive within you is a little bit amplified or a lot amplified, and you may be in for a couple of surprises, either pleasant or unpleasant. So this is a collective reading, take it as it resonates, and it's a timeless reading, so whenever, there is I stamp it, like there is a date attached to this video, but whenever you stumble upon this video, there may be a message for you that resonates. And that is completely fine, because we're not all like we are all on our journey and we're not all at the same stage. Not that one is better than the other, but it's just how it is. And also, divine masculine and divine feminine energies are not genders, they are just energies. So in each of us is like we all have these energies, and it's just a way of organization. So let's see what is going on for this week, starting with this full moon energy. What is up? What energies are we working with for the collective? Okay, that is one. You got the love. I'll show you the card in a second. What energies are we dealing with this week for the collective? Okay, fall into my arms. There's this song it reminds me of. Fall into my arms, my love. Something like that. I don't know. It's maybe Jeff Buckley. I have no idea. Let me know if you recognize this song. Surrendering. Yeah, there's definitely a surrendering energy, I feel. What energies are we navigating this week for the collective? This one, okay. Wait. Let me just do it one more time. No, I think that is it. So we have 3 oracle cards and I will clarify those. So we have You Got the Love. I hear all these songs, like the spirit is coming like with all these songs today. You got the love, you got the love. Now I'm making up my own song, but you may know, I think it's Moloko, perhaps. Hey Darien energy, codependency and boundaries. Oh, that makes so much sense. I think like a lot of us have been working on codependency, drawing healthy boundaries, letting go of unhealthy relationships, or stepping away just for a little bit for now while we're learning this. I don't know what Hadarian is, Hadarian, but it makes me think of Hades, which is, I believe, a Greek or Egyptian god. Please let me know, like, if you know it. Hades. I think it's a Greek god, and he is the god of the underworld. Hadarian. So I don't know if that is what is meant. You got the love. So Hades, isn't this like, there's this story, oh, I have everything mixed up now, but there is this mythology of this guy who lost his love. His love passed away and Hades has let her pass across the river to the underworld. That's where yeah, like when we pass our lives, that's where they go. Like in Greek mythology. I'm telling this great. I'm sorry about that. So there is this guy, and he misses his loved one, and he makes this deal, and then he can pick her up, and she will follow him, but he cannot look her in the eye, and he cannot turn around to see if she's there. He completely needs to trust and surrender that she is there. There may be something with that, like a lost love that is returning. Hades, somebody coming back from the death. I have to look this up. Okay. We'll have to clarify with the tarot for now. And let's see what the other oracle cards have for us. Just want to point out, just like this card makes me almost a little bit dizzy, or like when I'm looking at it, I almost feel drunk. And I'm not, I can tell you. But there's something about just like you can be in many different mindsets, and the only mindset you need to be in is yours. So you cannot think for the other, and especially in codependent relationships. If you are codependent, you may be super sensitized to what the other needs. So even if this person doesn't tell you explicitly, you can kind of read between the lines and guess before this person, even him or herself, realizes that that is what they needed. But then you're not with yourself. You're abandoning yourself, and you're trying to fill in the needs, and like actually you're taking the responsibility for the other person's happiness, even if they haven't like thought of it themselves. So it's really like be in all the other mindsets except for yourself, which is very dizzy. Like it's making me dizzy looking at this card, and it's actually very like draining as well to just be focused on so much on other people's energy all the time. Okay, that's that for right now. And let's have a look at this one. Fall into my arms. And it says surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. That is interesting. I really love the images of these cards. I see this lady who's praying here, and this lady with a little child is sitting in the middle of this cave, and there's this gateway or exit, possibly. Yeah, and this is, I don't know if I saw it, but this is definitely where that surrendering energy is coming in. And I almost feel like surrender to yourself, come home to yourself, especially in regards to like when our energy is so divided and so much focus outside ourselves. Just like come home into your inner cave, come home to yourself, let yourself be carried by this water. And even this little kid here, it's almost like let your inner child be carried by yourself as you are self-parenting it. So everybody is carried in this image, like it's almost like a womb kind of energy. And I don't know if you can see it, it doesn't want to focus on it, but it feels a little bit like an older lady, like our ancestors, right? Like our lineage, like they are there to guide us and to make sure that we are safe when we are in touch with them. But they are here for us all the time to guide us in the right direction, and they're holding space for us too. So we're all carried here. And what holding the opposites and extremes of life, just off the bat, I would say it has something to do with duality, where you see everything in opposites, and especially like once you come closer to yourself, when you are aligned with your true nature, those opposites or that polarity kind of dissolves. It doesn't really matter anymore. In our everybody, in their core, we are all connected and we are all the same. And not to say that we are all the same, it's just like the energy that is animating us is from the same source. And in that source, there is no duality. So I feel like, if you are feeling you are pushed or pulled to make any kind of decision, or when you notice that in your mindset you're in super black and white kind of thinking, then that is maybe a good moment to retreat, maybe meditate, or just like, just ask for a moment of silence. Just say that you need some time to think. Because we are so used, or I know at least for myself, and I know for a lot of other people, that we are kind of trained to believe that when we get a question, or whenever there is a decision or a choice to be made, then we have to respond right away. And that is really like, I think that's also one of the things that we're learning in this whole quarantine period. It's okay to take your time, and it's also that drawing your boundaries. If you need more time in order for you to connect with yourself, so you can answer from a very authentic place that serves you, and if it serves you, it will also serve others better. Because if you say yes to something that you only feel like half-heartedly, or just because you feel you have to say yes because you feel responsible, or otherwise you feel ashamed if you say no, or guilty, or any other reason except because you want to say yes, you are not really serving the other you're saying yes for, because you will never be as productive, or you will never be able to put the right amount of energy in it, or from a loving place. And that is what everything and everybody deserves, and most of all you. So if you don't give it to yourself, how can you give it to others, other people, other projects, anything like that? So I feel like I trailed off a little bit, but I do want to emphasize like whenever you feel like you have to respond right away, that is a good moment for yourself to just take a little time before you say anything. And either by asking the other person for time, and even if it is just a decision that is really just existing in your mind, take some time to actually see if that is the case. Oh, haha, it actually says, wait, I forgot that. It's not yet time, things are being woven. Okay, so yeah, maybe you feel actually pressured at this time to make a decision. Doesn't this look like she's just kind of either ready to dissolve into this portal or gateway, or she's just about to be pushed out, like she's almost birthed there? It's not yet time. It's not yet time to say yes or no. Take your time. And even when you feel nothing is happening, Spirit is telling us right now things are happening even though we cannot see it, like on a surface level. I love this. So love ourselves, take time before we respond. And when you feel a little bit antsy and you feel like, okay, I should be doing things, I should be the seeds that I've been planting earlier this year, I'm like, what is the next step, what should I be doing? And it's just a little bit like, take time and know things are happening under the surface, although you cannot see it. Okay, let's clarify these cards. I will be using the Wild Unknown Tarot for this. Tell me more about you got the love with that Hadarian energy. Okay, these three top cards flip over. Sorry. Mother of Wands, Daughter of Cups, and Mother of Pentacles. So we have two we have 2 queen energies and 1 page energy. Just give me a sec. Just trying to. So this, I feel like there may be some sort of transition going on with those boundaries and codependency, which may be very much connected to a mother figure or a caregiver that is carrying a lot of divine feminine energy, or whatever. So the codependent behavior and possibly a past of not being able to be very clear in setting your boundaries in a healthy way. Setting boundaries without apologizing, setting boundaries without feeling guilty about it, and wondering hours later, or perhaps days later, whether you said the right thing, whether you said it in the right way. Or the other side of it, where you may be so nerve-wracked about setting boundaries that they come out too firm. So when you say no, it's kind of oh, no way, and you're kind of pushing things away. I don't know, that was a very bad example, but I hope that I'm clear that it's like either you're feeling guilty about it, or you're kind of overcompensating in the tone of voice and almost like in an aggressive way, pushing things away. So there's really and either pattern can come from your relationship with this with a parent and possibly a motherly caregiver. Personally, Queen of Wands in any other deck, I love it. In this deck, however, I feel like with that, like how the wand is passion and fire, action, and I feel like with this snake coiling around it, I just kind of feel like this strangling, suffocating, overbearing energy. So if that is your story, if you have possibly a female caregiver with this energy, this is where you probably have where your patterns of how you set your boundaries and how you relate to other people in a codependent way, where you are waiting for external validation, just to be heard or seen. And with this strangling energy, I feel like you got too little space to be just showing your own way, how you can just deal with the things in life. Because either somebody has always told you, like overcritically, how to do it, so you never had a chance to show it yourself. Or yeah, just that. It just is so for me, suffocating energy. Just like you just couldn't show yourself. And then we also have this Queen of Pentacles, and she is in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles is somebody usually who is very much in nature. It's a very where I feel like this Queen of Wands in this deck, I feel like is like holding very tight. Queen of Pentacles is almost just kind of like holding her hand up and just very open. And so I think, I don't know, like a lot of like independence instead of codependence. And I think this is the transition possibly happening. This is the invitation to let it, to move away from this energy, from this strangling energy, and at the same time pick up that wand energy, and instead of like depending on this caregiver's approval, just find that fire, that passion, and that action within yourself. Don't wait for this other person to tell you what to do, because and then just if you just hoping that if you do what this person says, you get that approval. So let that go. And when you, because this is available to you, this is like an open-handed relationship where there's trust and there is surrender. It's also this. And now, like the Page of Cups is in reverse here, because there's still this invitation where you just need to start to fill your cup for yourself. Don't wait for somebody else or this caregiver person to fill your cup. You're like to take care of yourself. You are responsible for your own happiness. So bring some love into the whole situation, and start with yourself. And maybe repeating a lot of what I'm saying. So this is like, and this love for yourself, that is where those boundaries come in. That's what's very important, and that you need to practice that too, because it's really like, it's not, for me it doesn't come natural. So it's definitely a case of trial and error. And you can always say sorry, right? Just don't be authentic when you apologize. Even in this card, I just kind of see like how this little Bambi is cuddled up to this big Bambi, and they are just like, be your, this is really like almost in this case like a self-parenting card. Don't wait for that mother figure to, or caregiver, can also be your dad or another caregiver, to take care of yourself. This is really the invitation to self-parent and love unconditionally. Okay, let's see what is coming up for Fall Into My Arms. I wanted to do a short video, but I'm already on 22 minutes, I see. Fall Into My Arms. 7 of Wands. I like that. So you're holding your ground. Tell me more about Fall Into Your Arms. In my arms. Fall into my arms. Judgment with this beautiful pigeon up there. Tell me more about Fall Into My Arms. Oh, those are too many. Okay, that one. And 10 of Swords. Okay, the Judgment must have something to do with 10 of Swords. Just like, I feel like you're holding your ground, whereas maybe before you felt defeated by whatever was coming towards you. Either the words or communication of people around you, possibly that caregiver person around you, and feeling defeated by it and possibly giving up. They can also be self-sabotaging fantasies. But this card is also, as much as it is the end of this bull, it is also with the 10, end of a cycle, which also announces a new cycle to begin. I don't know, that bull to me is a very masculine energy at this point. I don't know, it's something about like that mental energy and the way that we carry responsibility in this patriarchal way. I also feel like on a more macro level, it's like the death of it, it's the end of it. And that's also what we see happening in the world right now. We just see like how society has been functioning, doesn't function, maybe never has, but it comes more to the light. And judgment, this is what we see happening. So on a personal level, We recognize like the self-sabotaging patterns, also that whatever words maybe were spoken to us as a kid by our caregivers, whereas as a kid and as a young human being on this earth, we have taken these words very personally, and where we didn't feel seen or we didn't feel heard, we took it upon ourselves to kind of like translate it as something is wrong with us or I am bad, and it all comes to it's being judged right now, and you kind of, there's some sort of understanding and something's coming to this light, and a liberation, right, like freedom with a pigeon and peace, that there is an understanding of you were not bad, you weren't wrong, you didn't do something wrong, you were just not seen or understood by also your caregiver, who has been operating from the same mistakes, and that is where like all like the ancestral trauma and lineage trauma comes in, that we're letting go. Like we're getting away from this. How do you call like a group of birds? Is that called a pack? Like wolves? I don't know the word. Flock. A flock of birds. Like you're escaping from that flock of birds. So like all the karma that your ancestors and family ancestry have been carrying on, like, and passing on for generations, you're flying away from that. You're escaping that. Because you recognize that you don't have to take it personally. Like everybody has just been operating from those systems, and that's not who we are, those systems. Don't know if I make any sense. So that is why you come into a space where you can pick up that wand. I really like how it is lighted, and I really feel it is like you just kind of wiggle that way, that wand from the grasp of this overbearing person, and you are holding that torch against those others that are maybe not like shining with light yet. So as much like whatever swords are coming towards you that maybe would have wounded you, your ego perhaps, or your story, or the projection of who you believe or others believe that you are, may have wounded you in the past. Now there is some sort of clarity that it doesn't hurt as much anymore. So like those whatever other people are bringing to you, like that light is just kind of burning that away, or just shining light upon the lies that we have been operating in for a very long time. So I do have to say, with these cards and these images, it is a tarot deck, but I notice very much, like I feel like there's a lot of channeled information, and it's almost more like an oracle card that I'm reading these cards right now. And there's absolutely like a basis in a tarot as well, but it's definitely a combination of it. So if it in regards to surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of lives, it's really about where we grow up believing in the separation between us and the other. Only in that template is where we can experience this hurt of others. But you're moving away from this because you have awakened to the fact that we are not our programming. The programming is just that. What we are is what is aware of the programming, and that is this light. Okay, let's have a look at wait. What are we waiting for? What is it not time for yet? And what is being woven? What is the waiting? Oops, there's already one card flying out. Ace of Cups. Yay! Happiness, well-being, emotional fulfillment, emotional like happiness is just where we just can take care of ourselves, and completely be content with that, and no longer waiting for somebody else to fill our cup. And what are we waiting for? So maybe it's not yet like that, or doesn't feel like that, but universe is telling us it's coming. It's in the make. And even you yourself may be taking steps without realizing those are steps towards that fulfillment. Ooh. And 6 of Cups. Yeah, that makes sense with the retrograde, nostalgia, reunion, past life karma. That may be still on the way. And 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups on the bottom. Are you waiting for a relationship to come in? Either a romantic one or like some sort of collaboration. I do feel like with the Ace of Cups and the 6 of Cups, there may be something with a past relationship that may return to you, and you may either invite it in again as a collaboration and work together, or as a reunion. But you can also, if you don't, possibly this is like one of those like unhealthy relationships that are codependent, in which you are unable to protect your boundaries, or maybe don't feel like you need to set your boundaries all the time, and it's just exhausting. You just want to let go, let that relationship go. And with this 6 of Cups, I feel particularly right now that it is okay to let go of the toxic relationships, unhealthy relationships that no longer serve your highest good. But do it with a grace and do it with gratefulness, because whoever you are right now, if you are this tree, everything that has happened in your life, like all the roots are all your experiences of your life, and have nourished you into the tree exactly as you are in this moment. And if that is like a past relationship, if it didn't go well for you, even that is like one of those roots, and it has been nourishment one way or the other, whether it was pleasant or not. It has nourished you into the tree as you are, exactly as you are in the moment. So you wouldn't be able, without learning the lessons, without experiencing the hurt that you have gone through, possibly through your life, you wouldn't be here. So there must be something like, if you cut cords, do so with grace. If there is some sort of, either because somebody's coming back or because you let go of this energy, there is something coming up that just looks beautiful, because this is like mastery, this is collaboration, this is community, this is creation. This is a card of, you have been doing the hard work already, and now you are at a level that something new can come in, something new can be created. And this cup is, because this cup is filled, you can come to this stage of mastery, but also because of this collaboration or union or relationship, your cup remains filled. So there's something about like a continuous cycle of emotional fulfillment, and I love it. And if you're feeling, why is my cup not filled right now, it is because we need to wait. Just simple as that. Just need to be a little bit patient. Okay, I think that is it. And I would like to wrap it up with a crystal. Wow, one is already flying out. Let's see what else is coming up, and I'm gonna read those out. What crystals will help us navigate us through this energy, setting boundaries, help us wait and recognize the patterns and limiting beliefs that we're flying away from. Yeah, I think this is it. One more time. Okay, 2 crystals. We have halite, beautiful soft pink. And the other one, Auralite. Ah, this has something to do with ancestry, I believe. I'm gonna read them out both. Auralite is 24. The vibration of the Auralite 23 is cosmic. Auralite 23 has a sedative effect on the mind, stilling it so that profound healing and conscious connection with your soul, the universal mind, and higher dimensions occurs. Self-understanding. You are a multi-layered soul on a course of accelerated spiritual growth. You came to Earth to share your knowledge. You have an ability to move between different dimensions to anchor new vibrations into the Earth plane. The slowness and seeming impossibility of this task have brought disillusionment and discontent, but do not despair. Raise your own consciousness and others will follow. Divination. Recognize that you are an integral part of humanity. Center yourself in inner peace. Yeah, go into that like cave-like womb, or womb-like cave. Do meditate. Or sit in a bathtub or something. Center yourself in inner peace and connect to your higher mind before making a decision. We mentioned that before. Beneficial contacts come through friends and family. It is not so much what you know as whom that counts now, and that includes higher beings. Yeah, so also in that womb, connect with your ancestors, your ancestral guides, and angels or spirit guides, whoever is there around you. And if you don't have a connection yet, you can ask for it when you're in meditation, once you're connected with yourself, and it will come. They'll show themselves. Healing inside, aligning to as above, so below, as without, so within, leads to a sense of rightness and immense well-being. Frequency exceptionally high, connects to the soul star, stellar gateway, and cleanses and aligns all chakras. Timing, Aquarius, reconnection of ego, soul, and higher consciousness. Beautiful stone, very powerful. Just really keep your energy with yourself and not be carried away with the energy of others, especially for that. Like, I really feel like if you have codependent tendencies, this is the stone. If you don't know what codependency is, check out the Holistic Psychologist on Instagram. Read the book Attached. And this book has been recommended very strongly by Jessa Reed. That's the reason why I read it, and it was an eye-opener for me. So read the book Attached. Listen to Jessa Reed's podcast. She tells you a lot about codependency, but there are a lot of resources out there. 41. I need to pee. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. We had to go. On Mondays, I do this detoxing and do like a fluid diet. So I'm drinking a lot of water, and I drink a lot of water anyway. But now today it's just I feel like I just need to sit on the toilet every other minute. Okay. The Master Cleanser. Speaking of which, that is the Halite. 41. Halite draws out impurities from our physical, energetic, and soul bodies. It dissolves old patterns, negative thoughts, and toxic emotions, promoting emotional well-being. Yeah, that's Ace of Cups. Halite stimulates the meridians and grounds the healing properties of other crystals. I think I need to get this one. Self-understanding. Subtle ties and influences may be affecting you more than you recognize. Unacknowledged feelings of abandonment or rejections or emotional neediness may underline dis-ease. Yeah, so this is where you're looking at inner child wounding, core wounding, possibly like long-held feelings that have been like suppressed since your childhood in relationship to your caregivers. Detrimental energies picked up under the influence of drink or drugs could be affecting you, as could someone else's lustful or jealous feelings. But being spaced out and ungrounded also leaves you open to invasion by external forces. So it sounds like it may help you to shield yourself from energies that you're not waiting for, and you may be unaware that they are influencing you. Divination: it's time for a thorough clear out in your life. Declutter your space, including your car, detox your body and mind, and try a juice fast for vitality. Oh, I don't know, is that what I'm doing, a juice fast? I call it a liquid diet, but maybe that's something different. Okay, healing inside, regular detoxing and purification on all levels ensures well-being, as does being anchored on earth. Okay, so detoxing is just not your body, but also emotionally and your thoughts. So also be careful what you take in and what you digest. Earthy frequency, base chakra, sacral, earth star and solar plexus, timing spring, and purification and spiritual discernment. That makes sense. The spring doesn't necessarily have to be spring in the sense of season, because we're like right in the summer right now. Maybe it is, the timing for you is maybe spring through 2021, but it can also just be like the freshness, the youngness, the fresh start of something. And I definitely feel like by all the work that a lot of you have been doing around codependency is indicating a new start. And we have seen it here too with this 10 of Swords, and that bull that is dying is like there's a new start coming, right? So that is a kind of a spring energy. Okay, I hope this is helpful for you this week. It sounds pretty big. It sounds like pretty big things are happening. Integration and meditate and take care of yourself. Make space for self-parenting. If you feel like you need to make a decision right now, don't do that right away. Take some time before you say yes or no, or any other answer that may be coming up for you. And also, if you feel like things should be happening right now, just know that things are happening, but maybe you're just not seeing it. And perhaps if you do take a step back and sit down on your meditation pillow, maybe it's easier to be in this position of being perceptive and receptive of whatever is coming towards you. So I wish you a wonderful week, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!